do you see things working out for Brooklyn? And by working out, I mean, do they make at least the conference finals barring injuries?
Yes. And there's a two-word reason for that, and it's Kevin Durant.
Yes.
Okay, I know that it's been a year since we've seen this guy play, but this is like one of the top three. And again, as LeBron is now a year older, this is like easily one of the best basketball players on the planet right now. So no matter what team he's on, they're going to have a very good chance to make the conference finals.
Oh, I totally agree with you. KD, if he's not 1, he's 2, 3, maybe. You can talk me into, you know what I'm saying? But I'd rather have KD than Giannis.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? So what are we really talking about? LeBron? And that's really, kind of just OG status at this point. Really? LeBron is still that dude, but consistently, if you're telling me a healthy Kevin Durant, a fresh Kevin Durant, or a LeBron who just played, a month ago out of the bubble?
And has already put it out there that he's probably not going to be playing in every game this year. Exactly. But then the other thing is, you've got Kevin Durant, who's holy shit, one of the best 2 players in the NBA, and you also pair him with a healthy Kyrie Irving, who's not too shabby himself.
Well, this is why I think the Nets will be good with, forget about James Harden, right? But this is why I think the Nets will be good regardless, because Kyrie, I know on this pod, when Kyrie got traded to the Celtics, we sat here and we had a discussion, and I said Kyrie Irving has been hurt more in his career than he's been healthy thus far in his career. So for me to assume that Kyrie is going to be healthy for a whole season is tough to do. But even if Kyrie were to go down, and again, I'm knocking on wood because of course we don't want to see that happen, the Nets are a really good team, right? Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, remember their team and how scrappy they were playing in the bubble, and they were missing how many of their guys. And now you put Kevin Durant on that team, and you say, Kevin Durant, you get to line up with, Karis LeVert, Dinwiddie, plus they still have Joe Harris, plus they added Shamet, right? They got pieces around, and if Kevin Durant is still 90% of the Kevin Durant that we've become familiar with, that is a really good team in the East. So now you're just saying, well, whatever we got to do to keep Kyrie healthy and always mentally and physically for a whole season, whatever we got to do that, give him rest when he needs, do whatever. That's a conference finals team or a finals team. I don't even see how that's a question. If Kyrie is able to figure some things out, I'll say in a polite way, right? Figure out how to deal with the pawns, as he says, right? Also, sorry, just to wrap up this side of the conversation about the Nets, am I the only one that wouldn't care if Kyrie never spoke to the media over a Zoom call and instead decided to talk to Kevin Durant on IG instead every single day?
Weren't we talking about this last week? It's Kyrie's so much better when he gets to control the way that he gets his message out, and he's that kind of cat.
He says some wild things, but we're not getting that if he's on a Zoom call with the media.
But isn't it more interesting when he's talking about the offense with Kevin Durant on his own?
For sure.
I think so. For sure.
For sure. And again, I'm not even saying what he said made sense, because it was wild. Him talking about wanting 8 post-ups a game, right? It's insane. But you're not getting that candid talk from Kyrie, him talking to the media over Zoom every day. So I get why. I understand why it happens and why it needs to happen, and I understand all that. But I wasn't going to come out here and slander Kyrie for all that. I wouldn't want to talk to the media people every day either, right? So I totally get it.
This is Ball on Blast, part of the On Blast Podcast Network, available on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube. If you like it, then subscribe and tell your friends. Holla.